Let's go live. Okay. We are live on YouTube now. If you want to join me over there, the link is in the bio. I actually had this cool countdown screen, but I don't think we need it now. So let's just jump right in. And we are live. And I just need to be sure I have all my files ready. Yes. I want to go over here. This. Okay. And I really hope that my sound is coming through. And why is this not? Oh, it is. You should have some audio also. Okay. Well, welcome to the live stream number 2. The first one we made in January, actually. It's been quite a long time. We made this and we talked about the on-air sign, which funnily enough hasn't been plugged in, so I hope no one comes to visit me today, but we'll see. This live stream will be about building this propeller. Just see if I can align my camera so you can see what I'm doing. This little thing for a boat or a ship, a bow thruster, I think I've found out it's called. Yeah, we're gonna do an attempt to build this, draw it up, and hopefully at least do a prototype of the thing in 3D print on the machines behind me. I am not absolutely certain that we will be able to print them using my own machines, but a prototype will be made so we can see what we've done. To talk about the piece, as I see it, I have 2 things that I need to make. It's the cone in the middle and of course the fins. I only need to make one of the fins, and then I should be able to just copy them along this axis. So let's jump into Fusion. If I can make my systems work like this. Yes, we start with a blank piece of paper. And yeah, we can start by finding, are we gonna do it on this? Like that. Okay. Normally when I do a piece like this, I will just start by making some measurements and put them into some drawings and stuff like that. But we are actually trying to do it a bit differently today. Fusion360 has this great way of using images as reference, and I'm just gonna find my image folder. There it is, and we will start with this one. That's the image, and over here you can see it needs a face. For those of you who don't know, when you use Fusion360, you can only draw stuff on planes or faces. So this is of course a plane because we haven't made any faces yet. I'm just gonna put it out a bit. Oh, there it came. Okay, let's just keep it there for the time being. I already know some of the measurements. We need to find out the complete diameter on some sort of level, but I think for now we will just scale it from this. Perhaps 12 millimeters, that sounds about right for something that's been machined for the purpose. And here comes the really neat trick. I want to put this right in the middle. Can I do that? Can I do that? No. Well, the canvas can be calibrated, which means that I can tell it that from this point to this point. Perhaps I should have made a line first, but that has to be 12 millimeters. It will of course scale the entire image up. And I really want to put this in the middle, and I'll tell you why. Because that center point right there, that's where I want my middle of the drawing to be. I don't remember. Yeah, like this. Okay, let's see if we can get it in the middle. Okay, it's late. It's very late. And my chat went away. There it is. Okay. Please tell me if you can't hear me or the background is too loud, which I don't think it is because it's actually not playing any music. That's weird. Super weird. Let's get this away. Okay. Let's keep it there. Okay. Now this part of the drawing is, I really want to make it on the other side also. I wonder if it would mean a lot if it wasn't exactly the same diameter, as long as it's not bigger, I guess. If it's 1 or 2 millimeters too small, I guess that could be okay. Perhaps. I don't know. Thank you, Luis. It's always nice to know. I can't hear myself. That's why I'm asking. Let's remember to save. I think we're gonna put in another picture just to show how we can do that also on the other axis actually. Okay, this should work. We want that going on this side, and we of course want it to be facing the right direction, and 90 degrees this way. And if we are very lucky, we can also make it sit like this, and I want it to be as close to the center as possible. Okay, so this is a bit more tricky because we need to scale this up like the other one. And of course we could find some places and measure and do this again that we did before. But I think I am just going to do a scale to kind of just wing it a bit. Let's see. And by the way, if I find that that tomorrow I find the CAD files for this, I'm just gonna be very annoyed. To be honest, I haven't looked. Wow, that would be really great, really not great. Okay, we have some of the contours now. Let's just keep it at that. I can, of course, turn them off if I think they are being super annoying. And I think I'm already there. Let's try to sketch up something. I am going to create sketch. I'm gonna do it on this plane. I'm pressing, I use a lot of shortcuts. I hope that's okay. C for circle, makes sense, right? Okay, I know this circle size because it's this very destroyed piece here in the bottom, but I think I can manage to find out what it's supposed to be. I'm guessing that mostly will be rounded up sizes, but let's see. 57 millimeters. Okay, so something on my drawing there went very wrong, because let's just make it 57 millimeters, and as you can see, that doesn't match at all to my drawing. So I'm guessing the correct thing to do now is to, yeah, let's just make this a cylinder form, and we will cut it to shape afterwards. Damn, I was really hoping that I would be able to use these images. I've done it before, but of course not to this kind of scale. Okay, we need another measurement. We need to know the measurement the other way. I believe it was, yeah, 70 actually. Yeah, 70. And I always design in a way that I start with building everything on the outside and then doing all the holes last. So let's just do, oh wow, it took me what, 10 minutes to make a cylinder. Well, okay. The top thing here is a plane. No, it's a face. Sorry, it's a face, which means that it's something I can draw on. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna flip it over. And I'm gonna do another circle. This circle is my outer circle here. And it's 19 millimeters. Millimeter. Like this. And I am not able to use that for anything else than just to try to make this. As you can see, it of course has this, what's it called, cone on the head. And what I wanted to use the images for was actually to be able to reference this part right here, but let's see if we can't do it anyway. The best way to do this would be to, yes, let's just keep that drawing sketch right there, and we are going to make another sketch, but this time we will be going inside this and doing it like this. The most powerful tool in Fusion 360, if you ask me, is the shortcut P, which is projection, which is a tool you can use whenever you're in the drawing area. I will project on the current plane I'm drawing, project whatever I highlight like this. It can be the circle, it could be the one in the middle, just the face, or I'm actually interested in this part right here. And then if I go to this side again, you can see it has marked up my 19 millimeter circle. And now I would really like to be able to do a 3-point arc, I think, from this down to this. Oh, this one is not projected. P for project, choose, okay, got another helper, like that. Okay. It's not gonna cut it, is it? Because this, it's gonna, L for line, of course, well, it's not of course, but it is. X, I'm gonna do a construction line. A construction line is just a dotted line that doesn't have any kind of impact other than you can use it for help and stuff like that. 3.9. I am not gonna do a dotted line. look at this, it's actually not that bad. We're gonna go ahead with this one. And I did a little thing wrong. You can always change your lines to be construction lines or real lines, or what they're called, just lines. Highlight it like this, and you can either push this construction away or just press X on your keyboard. Now this needs another line there. And of course I now made a sketch inside this cylinder, which makes it absolutely not possible to reach. But we got a way around that, because we made this as a body. We can just do like this. And I want to have this thing used as a tool to cut everything around that's not needed. So we're going to finish the sketch. Now we are in the open environment again. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to use another powerful tool. That's the revolve tool. Very hard to say in this hour. And it of course needs an angle. I already selected the profile. That's the profile. I'm going to take an axis, and this should be our middle axis. Now, since I don't have the body we made before viewable, it's gonna try to do a body with this, like this kind of cylinder. So you can see it all. And as soon as I reapply the body, it's gonna be red, showing me that I'm gonna cut everything out, and we're gonna say okay. That's it. We made the first important part of this propeller thing. I'm really excited about the fins, because I've used 15 minutes of making this, and I know that it's gonna take me at least, I think, 30 minutes to get to figure out how I'm gonna make the wings on this thing. But let's try at least. I am definitely gonna use this. Well, I'm gonna scale it up a bit, I think. Canvas, edit canvas, and let's see if we can get it to where it has a bit more sense. I'm guessing it's something to do with the camera angle that the picture's been taken. Not perfect, but it's not far away either. Right there. Okay, so as you can see, we have this very fine outline here to actually put on some well, quite usable sketches to draw from. So I am going to figure out where from the center can't see anything. Okay. From the center of the cone to the outside here. I guess I am going to make this straight to begin with, and then just like I just did, do something like a round cutting when it's all done to make it like a round propeller. But now I need to know from the middle to the outside here how far, and make a plane I can sketch on. So we are taking our trusty calipers and finding the middle. Like the great thing about this Fusion program is that if I get any of these measurements wrong first time, I can always go back and just change the measurements in the sketch, and it will just reapply them to the entire model. he said, and remember a couple of times where the model just totally screwed up when he did, but it should be able to. 88 millimeters. That means that from the we're gonna construct a plane, which is an offset plane. We're gonna offset it from, of course, this plane, which is the middle. And we want it 88. Let's make it 89, like this. Now we have what should be the correct outside measurement of the, yeah, let's hope. Okay. I now see a little bit of a problem here because I want this fin to be the correct size, and that's actually kind of funny. It's the same size this way as it is from the center and out. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Yeah, I should have become an engineer, but I didn't. Okay, so we are going to sketch on this right here, and we are going to get the helper line here and the helper line there. And we are going to find the middle, because at this point we need the middle. Construction line down the middle. And I want to be able to make this part right here, but I want it to sit in the middle, aligned on the middle on this right here. How can I do that best? I can, of course, a line from here to here, and from here to here, and actually I should be able to this is the finger. Let's try to make a spline. Here, middle. Something like it has a little bow and wing. Oh, I really want to make this aligned on the center. No help on the chat so far. How wide are these fins? They are almost. I wonder if they started as 5 millimeters and the seawater has just simply taken it on out like this, and X because this line we need, and I want to make this one offset. Sorry, I used offset. O for offset. Minus 2.5. And OK, highlighted, and X. And I think the correct thing to do to the end is just to circle or 3.5. I guess I can hear engineers screaming at me. Just Now I wonder if I could find the middle. I should be able to find of this right here. That was the middle. This is a very funny project. I'm glad I agreed to it. Hey, let's build a box. What I'm thinking is perhaps I can take all these not that one, and perhaps move it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I could. That's pretty cool. That way, I think I kind of found the middle. Actually super excited if this is gonna work. And by the way, I learned to use this program watching tutorials from Lars Christensen. He has tutorials on YouTube that are awesome. You actually don't need any kind of degree to follow along. He has everything you need to know. Okay, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do a little, make a little body with it because I didn't have something to loft from. And now we need to know the other line in here. I'm gonna remove this body because I can see the drawing better. And that's actually just as difficult. Great. You know what? I'm gonna make a sketch on the inside here, like that. And I'm gonna make the image, I can edit it, I can do it like this, so I can better see it, yes. This should be okay because I've been putting this in the middle. It's the way the fin's been photographed. That's on the outside, so it should be okay to use this line for my current body. Let's try that. And how is the best way to do this? Yes, I need to project this entire thing. And that's only going to give me the lines, of course. And I can then do my own 3-point arc as a construction line right down here. Yes, and I'm going to make one over here also. It should be able to go. Nope. Okay. I'm actually kind of puzzled by how this one snapped to this when this one doesn't want to do it, but it's not a big deal because I have a center line right here, and I can just highlight this. S for toolbox. That makes sense. And I'm just gonna type in MIRR, and then I have my mirror function, which is also one of the tools I use the most. I'm gonna select an object to mirror and the line to mirror it about, like this. Okay. And then I'm gonna remove this body again, like that. And we are going to try to figure out how to make this piece in here go in the right direction. Just gonna do a I'm gonna try to do as many tools today as possible. And now I'm gonna do a 3-point arc slot. And it has to go a bit inside. And all the way up there, I think. And how is it projected this way? And I look at it, is it going? I'm just following along the path there. I have no idea if this is going to work. Let's just try it. I'm thinking that I need to keep it inside the... like that. Oh, and by the way, you are not supposed to do any kind of sketches that aren't that you haven't made black. I kind of skip that part all the time. You know, that's of course sometimes why my drawings screw up, but it's not that big of a deal for me. And what I need to do now, if it's to be correctly, I need to put all the measurements I can find in this thing right here and just keep going. That one won't work. And I need to put it up against something to make it hopefully end up being black. Yeah, sure. We're gonna make a little bit of a body here also, 1 millimeter like this. And now we are going to do the magic, hopefully. Let's see. S, toolbox, LOFT, loft tool. Oh. Would you look at that? That's not gonna work. Let's see if we can remove some of these. Oh, that's not the correct one. Why would it do like that? SLOFT, loft, like that. And of course we need it to be curvature, and also the other one, curvature. And okay, that's definitely not gonna work. Let's see. Like that. And that one. My graphics card's really on hard work now. Okay. And perhaps we are lucky, at least we'll go down there. I don't really understand why it didn't do this on its own. It won't even be working on it. No, it won't. It won't. I was so sure. Did I type? Why won't you? Oh, there it is. There is one little thing I didn't think about. When I put this one on, oh, don't do that, please. Oh man. Okay. A lot of help I find in the chat right now. I know I have been doing this before, kind of, but I, for the life of me, can't figure out why this doesn't work. Perhaps I should. Do it a bit more because we need to be able to go past this thing before we, or at least some of the way, like that perhaps. And I'm actually also thinking that I would be better off if this piece right here, if this piece right here had the same kind of layout as this, which is actually not too difficult to change. We have the end parts right there, we can do this. Got an idea, like this. And we are going to do this slot thing again, 3-point arc slot, like, let's just make it like this. And we're gonna bow it to our will. So we know it needs to be 5 millimeters like that. And we can then sure that we have the entire I'm guessing that's it. Extrude, and we are going to do a -1, and we are going to make a new body over here in the operation. And body number 3 is the right one. Body number 2 we will move away. Now we have 2 more identical pieces, which hopefully should help us in the lofting department. S-L-O-F-T, loft. Okay. Already that looks better. So I'm gonna do that like this. Now I want 3 of these fins, and as I said, it's been 20 minutes now with just figuring out this baby right here. So let's just quickly try to well, we can't revolve this because this would just make one big fin, but we can do a pattern, circular pattern. Create over here, pattern. If I wanted it to be like spaced apart, if it was like holes in a board or something like that, I could use the rectangular pattern, and I could just like use it to make like a pegboard with a lot of holes or a lot of patterns into. I'm going to do a circular pattern. A circular pattern, of course, needs an axis to turn around. The object is a body, and I've already selected it. It's highlighted in blue. The axis is, of course, our ever so lovely blue axis. And it kind of wants to do 3 on its own. Let's just try to remove the canvas. If we wanted this boat to go very fast, we would, of course, just drive this up and say it has to have 10 of these. I'm just kidding, it won't work. But that's the idea. 3 pieces of these. The angle is, well, I can choose what angle it has, but it, of course, just aligns them next to each other. I don't know, perhaps it looks. It's kind of a propeller. Of course, we need to do something about that piece right there, but that's the beauty of 3D modeling. We can always change it later. Okay, now I really want to show you this can actually look like this before we close off for today. So I'm gonna do a new sketch. It doesn't matter where, it just has to be on this side. And I am going to I'll project this because I need that line. C for circle. I'm going all the way out there, and I'm helping myself to this one. And this right here is one of the ways you can do it. I can just simply press E for extrude, and I'm gonna extrude this a distance. I almost always use this to object thing, because if I choose the bottom here and I later or I go either the one of the ways and make this another measurement, it will automatically recalculate this because it's kind of locked to that part right there. So let's see this propeller. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to school, but we have a propeller. It's not perfect. It has some things we need to figure out. We also need a lot of first of all, we need to make this one piece, and then we can do the fillets, which of course are along this edge, both to make it strong and also to, of course, I guess, make the water move better around this cone part right here. But so far so good. Let's see if we can make these a bit better. And this is actually one of the very powerful things on this software. I need to know where I made this extrude. I'm just gonna press B to remove this annoying thing. This extrude, I made that down here in the timeline. I need to find it. Oh, it was right there. And I can always open it again, say edit feature, it will go back. It hasn't removed anything or destroyed anything. I'm just back in the timeline, and now I can say, well, 14 millimeters out, that was too much. Let's see if 5 millimeters can help us. And this is the part where it's very exciting to see if this will actually work, because either it works or the fins screw up. Let's see. Oh, would you look at that? Wow. The only thing is that if you see there is room alongside the fins here. We don't have that on our propeller, so we need to do some kind of adjustments. But I'm calling it. We made a propeller. I'm actually also going to take all these and just for fun make them into one, and then I'm going to make fillets on these. Another powerful tool. That's not enough. 8. I think I'm gonna read up on if it will have issues. The fact that it's on top of the other one right there. I really don't know. Another place to make fillets is of course also on this part, but this part needs to be cut a bit more to make it more even. Which is also a thing we can do, because we have also made that one. I did this. Oh, no, we can't. But we can find the drawing that made this right here. Edit sketch, and I did again something very stupid. See, now it's black. 75, like this, and this one is 280. Now they are black, now they are locked in place. And I'm just gonna do finish sketch, and it should, yes, it's working. Okay. I'm kind of puzzled about the fact that that they are on top of each other. from top to bottom of these fins. And I'm not entirely sure that that's okay. And if I measure this fin right here, it's 60 millimeters. And if I take my measuring tool, if I can find a spot, I can. Of course I can. Annoying. Let's just do it like kind of. 61. I wonder if I can just make the cone bigger. Well, what do you guys think? I think we have something we can work on. Obviously, we need some bit more time to work on this, but I think I'm gonna call this a wrap for today. This is perhaps this will go on a boat someday, but if not, I hope that you've at least enjoyed the video, learned a couple of things along the way. Yeah, please remember, it's very late. Remember to subscribe and of course like this video if you liked it. And I will be sure to notify you when we will be doing another part of this propeller video. I'm gonna go to bed now, and I'm gonna think very hard about how to get the rest of the issues sorted out here. But yeah, let's do this on the big screen instead. As I stated, remember to subscribe. It means a lot to give me a thumbs up if you have the time. Yeah, not much more to say, really. Go ahead, download Fusion360 if you haven't already. They have a personal account where you don't have to pay, as long as you don't get paid for what you do. I think that's about it. Yeah. I'm called by Webern on the internet. My little mini shop thingy, hobbyist thingy here is called Eastmount 3D. Be sure to check out my Instagram if you haven't already. That's where most of my posts are going up. So yeah, until next time, have a good night. See you. Why?